beginner's basic tutorial. This tutorial is planned and structured in such a way that you get an exact idea about how the software works and getting introduced to the basics of Autodesk Maya. We would be covering the version 2014 for this tutorial. In this tutorial, we would learn the basics which would be helpful in knowing the animation studio pipeline, like interface, modeling, texturing, lighting, rigging, and animation. So now as you can see, I have already opened Autodesk Maya 2014, and to start with, I would go through the interface tutorial that covers the menu bar, status line, viewport options, shelf, orthographic viewports, hotbox controllers, channel box, attribute editor and layer editor, and even the time slider. So to start with, the menu bar. Menu bar is a drop down menu that we normally find in most softwares. This includes file, edit, modify, create, display, window, and all the rest. But the menu bar with Maya is quite context sensitive. We have to make sure that we switch to drop down menus when we begin with what we want to do, like be it modeling or be it texturing or animation. Like over here, you see polygons. You see there are other options: animation, surfaces, dynamics, rendering, and dynamics, and customize. We can customize it as per our need or as per we specialize with the software. The fun part over here is when we select animation as our drop down menu, the menu bar changes. Same is the case with polygons or surfaces or dynamics, rendering, and dynamics. And for the customize, we can make it as we want. Like for example, polygons and surfaces are both used for modeling, depending on what kind of model we are making. So most of the things being the same, we can combine these two together and make our own new menu set and name it as, for example, modeling. So now, as we see here, polygons has these, modeling has none. We can add these things as per we want in the menu for the modeling. Then comes the status line. Main thing to note under Maya status line is the snapping option. We'll be using the hotkeys to enable and use the snaps, but you'll find the snap options here on the status line. These include snap, create curves, points, projected center, view planes, or even to make the object live. We can switch it on or off by clicking this line. We'll get into the details of that when we start modeling or lighting or texturing or even put the cameras where we need. All the four things we see over here are the orthographic views. It's like top, perspective, side, front. But we can change it as per we want. Left, back, bottom, top. And again after we click here, it goes to the default front. Mainly we require these views, like we require pen and paper in doing any of the things that we decide to, like to plan. If I start modeling a face, I need a view from front, which would help me get the basic structure of the face, basic eye structure or the lip structure of the face. And same way, even need right or back or front, bottom, to make sure that the face or the model that we decide doesn't come out as a flat one, and we get a proper dimension and a perspective to our face that would make it look beautiful and an actual 3D object. So what we see is these four things, but as we go forward in modeling something, we wouldn't be able to use all four the way we see it right now. So we might need a front. So we just click on the front menu, front viewport, and click front viewport and click space, which would give us a bigger and a better view of the thing that we are working on. Same way, if we press space, we go back to the four viewports, orthographic viewports that we have. And the things that we see here are the viewport options. This shows perspective, stereo camera that we would involve in our. So these are the viewport options that I was talking about. Viewport options allow us to set various ways we view objects inside that viewport. There are numerous options to choose from. We'll cover them in more detail as we begin to model our environments or characters or anything that we want. We can even, like you see over here in the menu bar, create camera. So if you create a camera and without selecting it, you don't get any options. But once you select it and you go in the panels, look through selected, you're seeing through the camera, and it gives a better view or the better idea about how your object would be looking or how your animation would play through. Next in line would just delete this thing so that it doesn't confuse us in anything. Next in line would be the shelves. Over here we see general curves, surfaces, polygons, deformation, animation, dynamics rendering, paint effects, tone, muscle, fluids, fur, and hair and cloth, custom. These all things over here, from general to custom, are called shelves. For now, for the basic understanding, we would be just using these options that we see. And for custom, once we specialize in what we want to, like be it modeling, lighting, or texturing, animation, or even rendering, we can make our own shelves that would be taken care of in the future lectures that we have. Next in line would be the hotbox controls. To show or have a better idea, better view of the hotbox controls, I would just get into one of the viewport that we can see here. By now, once we are in the viewport, if we just click space and hold on to it, not leave it, but keep on holding on to it, we see the same menu bar that we see up here. Uh, the same controls like left view, top view, right view, new camera. Mainly, Maya modelers use hotbox controllers as their modeling workflow. This allows you to quickly navigate functions in Maya without going to the menu bar or to the shelf all the time. It's the basic, it's like a trick or a tip that Maya itself has provided for us to make our work much more easier and faster and save time on the project that we work on.